What's up, Colbe? Welcome back to another video. So guys, Murder Mystery 2 powers, aka perks, they're really important for when you are a murderer. They can make or break a murder round if you use them right. And as we know, there's multiple powers in the game. There's a total of 9, as you can see, there's 8 of them here, but there's also the starter power in the game. And they all do different things, so like ninja, your knife becomes silent, slice, throw knives quicker. All of these powers do something different in the game. And all of them can be useful in their own regard. But since they're all different, that means that there's probably some that are better than others. I mean, not even probably. There's definitely some that are better than others, and also some that are worse than others. So I decided to rank all of these powers from worst to best to show you what power you should truly be using if you're trying to win the murder rounds. Because who knows, you might be using the wrong power, my dudeski. It's probably the most important ranking MM2 video you're ever gonna see, because this one may actually help you win the murder round, because you'll be using potentially the best power in the game. So if you guys are excited, make sure to drop a like, subscribe for now, and turn on those post notifications to never miss a new video. You can join Colbe Club. Be sure to down a comment, let me know what your favorite power in the game is. But guys, let's get right into the ranking, my dudeskies. Alright guys, so let's start with the worst power in the game. You will be crazy if you actually use this power in the game. And believe it or not, it's not actually the starter power. Because the starter power is actually a little bit better than some people might think. But it is actually the fake gun power. This is what I feel like is the worst power in the game. So I'll show you what it does right now. If you hold your knife out and you press Q, it'll actually look like you're holding a gun, which is very interesting. The gun doesn't actually do anything but put the gun in your inventory for like 10 seconds or something. So like it's pretty decent. So let's say I stab someone right here, it'll make the noise, and probably everyone out here would be suspicious. They'll be like, oh, who's the murderer? If they see me walk out, they'll be like, oh man, my dude, the murderer's right here, what do I do? But then you can be like, don't worry guys, I'm actually just the sheriff. Do not worry, my dudeski, it's all fine. But I mean, what's the point of doing that when you can just kill them? What's the point of actually showing people that you have a gun? It doesn't actually really affect gameplay at all. It just makes you not look suspicious, but like you only have like 2 to 3 minutes at the timer. You don't really have time to try to like convince them that you're not the murderer. And I mean, let's be real here. Nowadays in Murder Mystery 2, who even tries to not be suspicious when you're the murderer? You usually just try to win the round as fast as you can. Like, what's the point of trying to be sneaky about it nowadays? The main reason why I put this up here is that if you try to convince them that you're the sheriff, you know, the sheriff, right? The sheriff is gonna be the most worried about who the murderer is, since it's their job to see who the murderer is. So if I try to convince people that I'm not the murderer, I put out my gun, the sheriff's gonna know I'm the murderer, because there can't be 2 sheriffs in the game. So then they'll just put their gun out and just shoot me, just like that. So fake gun is literally so trash, and you should not buy this with your freaking coins, bro. Please, bro, there's so much better freaking perks and powers to use in this game. You'd be better off just using footsteps than freaking fake gun. And I have no idea what happened here, by the way. My game just glitched, I guess. What the frick, bro? Help! But I guess I'll attempt to get to the second worst perk in the game, in my opinion. Alright guys, so the second worst perk in the game, in my opinion, is actually the ninja perk, my dudeskies. So what the ninja power does is that it makes it so your knife makes no sound at all when you equip it or when you stab people. Like, you'll be super silent, so the main use for this is that, like, if you kill someone over there and you walk out over here, you won't actually seem suspicious, because they're not gonna know there's gonna be a dead body in that room if you actually kill someone there. So you'll pretty much be chilling, but it kind of is the same reason as fake gun is why it's so bad. There's no reason to not act suspicious in the game. Like, you just gotta kill people, bro. You just gotta go as fast as you can. Because see, just talking about the freaking power, I only have 30 seconds left in the match. There's not a lot of time in these rounds to try to be sneaky like that. Like, I feel like Murder Mystery 2 is losing the mystery side of the game because of the lack of people that actually care of trying to be sneaky about the game. Because you're just going to want to go all out usually every time. And so I couldn't actually show last time. I will show what happens if you kill someone with the ninja right here. Well, look at that. It didn't make any noise. Whoop-de frickin' do. The best power in the game. You see what I mean? It's not that good at all. Like, is it really that important to try to make it so you're sneaky? Like, it's it's really not that important, my dudeski. Alright guys, so the third worst power in the game, in my opinion, is actually the Footsteps perk. This is the free power that you get at the start of any Murder Mystery 2 inventory. You're always going to have this power. So what this does is that any person's footsteps will actually, you'll be able to see the footsteps for a little bit of time, as you guys can... What? Alright, so apparently you can actually see the sheriff's footstep, but it didn't actually work on 1v1 mode for some reason. So I actually had to do it on a normal mode. But as I said, you'll be able to see anyone's footsteps if they walk around. So as you can see, Sponge will walk up these stairs, and as you guys can see, he's leaving a trail of footsteps. I feel like its main use was when an instant is running away from you and like you try to follow them. You might not actually know where they went if they get too far, but thankfully these footsteps will actually help you track where they went. As you can see, Sponge is right here just chilling, bro. What are you doing? So you can see the footstep perk is actually pretty decent when you're murdered. Definitely a very good perk for starting out the game. I feel like the main thing is that it is indeed a starter power. It's the very first power you actually get in the game. It's in everyone's inventory. Everyone uses it at least once in their life. I feel like the main thing is that when you're new, like when you first joined Murder Mystery 2, did you actually use the Footsteps perk to its truest potential? I know I didn't. I feel like this shouldn't have been the starter power in the game. They definitely should have picked a different power in the game to be the starter one instead of Footsteps. It actually takes a little bit of brain power to use Footsteps to its truest potential. I mean, again, if you're a pro, you'll actually be able to use this power pretty decently, but at that point, if you're a pro at the game, you'll probably have better powers to use. So, like, if you don't have any coins, it's definitely pretty decent to use, like if you're poor in Murder Mystery 2. Or if you happen to be a new MM2 player watching this video, Footsteps is definitely decent. It's a lot better than Fake Gun and Ninja in my opinion. But I just recommend saving up coins and buy any other power I have not talked about yet. I'll be real. Alright boys, so the next power I'm going to be talking about, slightly better than Footsteps, is the Slight power. So if you guys don't know what Slight does, it's actually probably one of the most underrated powers in the game. I'll be real, I've like never seen anyone use this ever. I'll be real, I don't think I've even ever used this like more than twice in my life. But what it does is actually make it so you throw knives slightly quicker. I'll see if there's a difference. So that's how fast you actually throw the Slight power. Honestly, I didn't even notice too much of a difference. I mean, is that faster than normal? I don't even know. It's like very slightly faster. I guess it is kind of slightly faster. I do notice a little bit of a difference, but like it's not really too much of a difference. I'd honestly not really buy this power if I were you. Like it is one of the cheapest ones, right? So like if you had 1,000 coins and you wanted to choose between Ninja and Slight, I'd definitely buy Slight over Ninja, but I feel like Slight isn't even that good though, I'll be real. Like, guys, if you're in an intense 1v1, like you're so used to playing a sheriff for like the bullets are instant. Like, I don't know, I mean it's pretty decent I suppose. But out of every power in the game, it's definitely not the best one, I'll be real. There's not really too much to talk about since, again, as you guys saw, there wasn't really too much of a difference with the Slight perk. But maybe it could come in clutch in an intense 1v1. I mean, I could definitely see that. Like, imagine there was 1 second left and the Slight perk caused you to kill the sheriff at the 0-second timer. When without Slight, you wouldn't even be able to get the knife to reach the sheriff in time. I mean, that would probably never happen, but that would be super hype if that actually happened, I won't lie. But again, what's the chance of that happening? Who's even using Slight? No intense murder will be using Slight. So like, I don't know, man. Alright guys, so the next perk we're going to be talking about, slightly better than Slight in my opinion, is actually the Trap perk. It's one of the brand new powers in the game. I keep calling them perks, but they're not called perks anymore, they're called powers. I'm not used to it still. So what Trap actually does is that you press Q and then you actually place a trap. As you guys can see, when you're murdered, you can't actually touch the trap. But the cool part is that, in a sense, can't even see your trap because Sponge right here, he can't see that there's a trap right in front of him. It's like you can catch people by surprise and they won't actually see it coming. And as you guys can see, when he actually gets stuck in the trap, they're stuck. They can't do anything for a little bit of time, so you actually have a little bit of time to go kill them. Like if they're far away, like if they're all the way over here, you'll probably have some time to go run over there or even throw your knife. So like it's actually pretty decent. That's why it's like in the middle of this list. Like it's not really terrible, but it's not the best perk either. There's definitely better powers in the game for you. Something that I wish could happen is that if you're sheriff, you can't shoot your gun. That's what I thought would have happened originally. But as you can see, you can still shoot your gun when you're sheriff, so it's like, if you're sheriff and you get trapped, it's not really the end of the world for you, okay? But see, trap is actually pretty cool. Like, I used to use trap. It used to be one of the main powers I used. Of course, it's one of the newest powers in the game. It came out last year. But I mean, besides like trolling people, like sometimes you can get yourself in some pretty good positions, like if the innocent is too far from you. Oh, something else that's cool is that like if you're right here, you put a trap right here, like if you're all the way over here, you can still see your trap, and you'll also be able to see when someone's trapped. So it's actually pretty decent in that regard. Like you'll be able to know when they're trapped, but if you're all the way on the other side of the map, like you'll be able to see if they're trapped, but you won't really have enough time. Like if there's only one instant left in the match, like you might be able to like have a good understanding of where he's at, like if they get trapped into the power. But there is actually a power that does that a lot better that we will be talking about later. Alright, so the next power we're going to be talking about, this is probably going to be the most controversial pick for not being the best power in the game, but we're going to be talking about haste next, okay? So, haste is considered the 4th best power in my opinion. I will say that if you're just playing the game casually, like if you're just chilling, not really doing a whole lot, then haste is probably the best one for you. But we're talking about like competitive murder plays right now, like the big brain plays. Like, if you're trying to be big brain about like every single action you do when you're murderer, haste is probably not the best for you. But of course, if you're just playing the game to be chilling, then haste is probably pretty good. It gives you a little bit of a speed boost when you're murderer, so you're faster than instant. So if you're trying to chase an instant, you'll be able to get them pretty easily, bro. But recently, like, well, not really recently, like a year ago, they pretty nerfed haste, like pretty bad. Like you had to go a lot faster if you had haste, but now you go like not really that fast at all anymore. You only go 10% faster when it used to be like 30% faster before. So like if we were talking about haste like around a year ago, it would probably be like the 2nd or 1st best power in my opinion, but since it's like got mega nerfed, like it's not really the best anymore. But like if the last instant hiding, like this could be pretty good because you'll be able to run around the map pretty easily. But again, this isn't even the best power to like help you find hiding innocents. If you know all the powers in the game, you guys might know what I'm talking about. And I guess if you're in a 1v1 with a sheriff, you'll be able to like easily run up to them because you know sometimes sheriffs like to back off since they can't really stab, so like all they can do is shoot. So usually they like long ranged 1v1s. But when you have haste, like it's a little bit harder to do that, but there is a power that actually does that but better. So yeah, haste is definitely like very good for casual play, but for like competitive murder plays, like there are definitely better powers out there for you. So this next power, a lot of you guys might get a little bit salty that I put this above the haste power, but the next power we're gonna be talking about is the sprint power, okay? So this one's very similar to haste. Like when you grip your knife, you go the normal speed. You go the normal speed, but when you press Q, you get a 50% speed boost. As you can see, for a little bit, it's like 3 to 5 seconds, you actually go super fast. Like a lot faster than haste. So like, if you're in a 1v1 against the sheriff, like remember what I was talking about earlier? Like how there's a better power to like get closer to sheriffs in 1v1. This is the power I was talking about. So it'll be a lot harder for sheriffs to back off when you actually have the sprint power. Did you go so much faster? It's 50% speed boost. Like that's a huge difference compared to haste, I won't lie. I don't really know if I've ever really used this power before. I probably used it when it first came out, but like ever since then I probably never used it. Because I'm not too much of a competitive Murder Mystery 2 player. I just kind of play the game for fun. But I feel like a lot of people do be sleeping on the sprint power. This might be one of the most underrated powers in the game because haste already exists. People think that haste is better, but sprint might actually be better in my opinion. Of course, you don't actually go fast the whole time, but most of the time, you don't really need to go fast the whole time, do you? Like, what's the point of going fast the whole time if there's, like, no innocent you're trying to chase? Like, if you're trying to, like, find the last person, no need to use up all your energy, bro. You gotta use all that energy when you actually see the innocent, so you go as fast as you can and go to get the freaking innocent or even the sheriff. It's actually very good. It's a very good power, I will not lie to you. Definitely worth the coins, in my opinion. The cool thing is it's only 3,000 coins. Like, it's a little bit of coins, but it's definitely worth the coins. I will not lie to you. It's definitely very decent for a power. So if you have 3,000 coins and you don't know what to save for, I'd recommend getting the sprint power or the other 2 powers I will be talking about later that are a little bit better than sprint in my opinion, my dudes and keys. And we'll be getting to those right now. Alright guys, so the second best power in my opinion, is actually the ghost power. Okay, this one's really cool. You guys are wondering what ghost does. Like, as you can see, if I hold my knife, nothing happens. But if you press Q, I'm invisible. Like, you're invisible for like 10 seconds, so it's actually pretty fire, bro. Alright, see, Ghost is not that good if you don't actually use Ghost properly. So if I went invisible right here, like, the innocent will know that I just went invisible and they're gonna run, bro. They're gonna freaking escape out of there before you have time to run over there with like the 10 seconds you have when you're ghosted. So if you use Ghost like that, then maybe you will not exceed good results. But you actually need to do is that you need to ghost like when they're not looking, okay? Like if someone's right there and they're wielding their gun, like if you go without them knowing and you come right over here and like you freaking stab them. I'm not gonna stab them right now because the round will end and I don't want to try to be murder again. But that is the way to do it because they will not expect it at all. This is probably the best power to use if you're 1v1ing a sheriff, I will not lie. Because imagine, like, the sheriff's over there, and you're over here, and, like, they're trying to get you. They're just, like, shooting. They're doing, like, a ton of freaking shots over here. But then all of a sudden, you ghost, and they won't know where you are, but then you'll go and freaking kill them. Like, in 1v1, this is, like, a very OP to use, bro. Like, even if you use it when they're looking, like, it can even get a little bit nerve-wracking for the sheriff even then. Because they don't know where, like, you'll pretty much be invincible for 5 seconds pretty much. Because they're not going to know where to shoot. But you'll know where to throw your knife. You know what I'm saying? It's a very good power to use. I definitely recommend using it. But there is a power that costs just as much as Ghost, but I find it a little bit better. The best power in the game, in my opinion. If you've been counting, you might actually know what the power is. So let's get right into it. So guys, the best power in the game, drum roll please, is Xray, my dude's key. I feel like Xray is the best power in the game to use. So when you equip your knife, nothing happens. Like a lot of these powers, not a whole lot happens when you equip your knife. Of course, some powers do. That's not the point. But if you press Q, you have Xray vision, as you guys could probably expect. You can see the whole map, and you can see where everyone is. I feel like the best part about Xray, in my opinion, is that if someone's hiding, you'll be able to know where they are instantly. Like, imagine someone's glitched out the map right here. Like, you go to Xray, and, like, you can try to, like, stab them through the wall. Like, you'll pretty much be able to know where the last person is. It's like an instant win. Like, after you kill the sheriff, it's pretty much a GG at that point if you have Xray. So, like, if you try to, like, look for the last person, you might not know where they are. Like, you look all throughout this room, you can't find them anywhere. So, it's like, where are they at, bro? Where are they at? All you gotta do is you just gotta press Xray, and look at that. He was right there the whole time, my dude. What are you doing right there? Of course, that's not a really good hiding spot. I just kind of did that because Office 2 is the worst map in the game. That's like no hiding spots, and this was a pretty bad map to show Xray on, but it gets the point across. Okay, this power costs 6,000 coins. It's very expensive, but it's definitely worth your 6,000 coins. It's definitely worth the grind, in my opinion. Like, if you don't have any good powers, I definitely recommend trying to save your coins to get the best power in the game, bro, so you'll always be able to know where the last person is. You'll never have to wonder, oh man, I can't find the last person, there's only 20 seconds left. Of course, I can't Xray again in this round because I don't have time to Xray again, but if you have Xray, you can still use it, and there's only like 10 seconds left in the round, you'll be able to know they are. Maybe you can clutch out the round, you know what I mean? So thanks to Xray, I knew where Sponge was, and since I know where Sponge was, I can get the dub in the round. Let's go, bro, let's go. But boys, that is every single power in the game, my dudes, from worst to best. Of course, this is pretty much my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think your favorite power is. Like, what's the best power in your opinion? Is it haste? Is it trap? Is it ghost? Like, a lot of people have different opinions. In my opinion, Xray is the best one. Yeah, if you guys let me know what your favorite power is, maybe I'll reconsider what the best power is, and then maybe I'll try to use it more, and maybe I'll make an updated video in the future. So please let me know what your favorite power is in the game. But guys, that's pretty much all there is to this video. Be sure to stay tuned for future videos in the future, because I actually have some banger video ideas in the future, so be sure to stay tuned. I don't want to make this outro too long, because I've probably been editing this for a while, so that's pretty much all I gotta say. So until next time out, Colbe, goodbye.